Early life and cultural roots. Abel Makkonen Tesfaye, professionally known as The Weeknd, was born on February 16, 1990, in Toronto, Canada. The son of Ethiopian immigrants, Tesfaye's upbringing was steeped in the culture, traditions, and struggles of a family finding its footing in a new country. His father, Makkonen Tesfaye, left the family when Abel was a young child, leaving him to be raised by his mother, Samra Tesfaye, and his maternal grandmother. This familial structure profoundly shaped his worldview, with both his mother and grandmother playing pivotal roles in his early development. Growing up in the Scarborough district of Toronto, Abel was immersed in a multicultural environment, but his family's Ethiopian heritage remained central to his identity. Amharic, the language spoken in Ethiopia, was his first language, and he attended a French immersion school, giving him a trilingual foundation in Amharic, French, and English. The influence of Ethiopian music, alongside Western genres like pop, soul, and R&B, created a rich tapestry of sonic influences that would later define his artistic style. Despite his love for music, Tesfaye's youth was not without struggles. His mother worked several jobs to make ends meet, leaving him in the care of his grandmother. Abel has often spoken about the isolation he felt during this time, coupled with a growing curiosity about life outside the constraints of his upbringing. He sought refuge in music, movies, and art, finding inspiration in the works of Michael Jackson, Prince, and R. Kelly, adolescence, and the formation of The Weeknd. As a teenager, Abel began to rebel against the expectations of a conventional life. At 17, he dropped out of high school and left home, moving to the Parkdale neighborhood of Toronto with two friends. During this time, he developed a lifestyle that he later described as filled with escapism, drugs, and experimentation. The name The Weeknd emerged as a reflection of his departure from home. He left one weekend and never returned. To avoid legal issues with a Canadian band called The Weeknd, he omitted the E, creating the now iconic moniker. These formative years were pivotal for Abel as he began honing his craft as a musician. He worked with producer Jeremy Rose, who helped him shape an atmospheric, moody sound that blended elements of R&B, alternative rock, and electronic music. Their collaboration resulted in early tracks like What You Need, Loft Music, and The Morning, which Abel uploaded anonymously to YouTube in 2010. The enigmatic nature of these uploads, combined with the haunting and seductive quality of his music, quickly garnered attention online. The mixtape era rise to prominence. 2011 marked a watershed moment in The Weeknd's career. Abel released a trilogy of mixtapes, House of Balloons, Thursday, and Echoes of Silence. These projects were transformative, not just for him, but for the music industry as a whole. House of Balloons, in particular, became a defining moment for alternative R&B. With its innovative blend of electronic production and emotionally raw lyrics, it received critical acclaim and introduced listeners to The Weeknd's world, a place of hedonism, heartbreak, and introspection. The mixtapes were made available for free download, which helped them spread rapidly across the internet. They caught the attention of Drake, another Toronto artist on the rise, who shared Abel's tracks on his blog and invited him to collaborate. Their partnership, including contributions to Drake's Take Care album, helped bring The Weeknd's music to a broader audience. The trilogy not only cemented his reputation as a groundbreaking artist, but also showcased his ability to craft cohesive narratives through music. From the haunting melancholy of Wicked Games to the hypnotic allure of High for This, The Weeknd's early work captured the emotional complexities of love, lust, and self-destruction, trilogy, and mainstream success. In 2012, Abel signed with Republic Records and re-released his 3 mixtapes as a compilation album titled Trilogy. The project included remastered versions of the original songs along with 3 new tracks. Trilogy was a commercial success, debuting in the top 5 of the Billboard 200 chart and introducing The Weeknd's early music to a wider audience. By this time, The Weeknd's mystique had become a central part of his brand. He rarely gave interviews, avoided public appearances, and let his music speak for itself. This approach only heightened the intrigue surrounding him, making him one of the most enigmatic figures in modern music. Kissland and early challenges. In 2013, The Weeknd released his debut studio album, Kissland, a project that explored themes of fame, fear, and loneliness. Drawing inspiration from horror films and Japanese culture, the album presented a darker, more experimental sound. While it debuted at number 2 on the Billboard 200, Kissland received mixed reviews, with some critics praising its ambition but others noting a lack of the raw, emotional depth found in his earlier work. Despite the challenges, Kissland marked an important step in The Weeknd's artistic evolution. It demonstrated his willingness to take risks and experiment with new styles, even as he transitioned to a more mainstream platform. Breakthrough with Beauty Behind the Madness. The Weeknd's mainstream breakthrough came with his second studio album, Beauty Behind the Madness, released in 2015. The album featured chart-topping singles like Can't Feel My Face, The Hills, and Earned It, the latter of which was part of the 50 Shades of Grey soundtrack. The album's blend of pop accessibility and dark, introspective themes struck a chord with audiences worldwide. Beauty Behind the Madness showcased The Weeknd's ability to merge his underground roots with mainstream appeal. It won him multiple awards, including 2 Grammys, and solidified his status as a global superstar. The success of singles like Can't Feel My Face, often compared to Michael Jackson's work, demonstrated his versatility and cemented his place in pop culture. Starboy and continued evolution. In 2016, The Weeknd released his third studio album Starboy, which marked another artistic reinvention. Collaborating with artists like Daft Punk, Kendrick Lamar, and Lana Del Rey, The Weeknd explored themes of fame, materialism, and identity. The album's title track, featuring Daft Punk, became a global hit, while other tracks like I Feel It Coming and Reminder showcased his growth as an artist. Starboy was both a commercial and critical success, earning The Weeknd another Grammy for Best Urban Contemporary Album. It also marked a significant moment in his visual storytelling, with music videos and performances that reflected a more futuristic and conceptual aesthetic. My Dear Melancholy and Personal Reflections. In 2018, The Weeknd released the EP My Dear Melancholy. The project marked a return to his darker, more introspective roots, with lyrics reflecting heartbreak and personal struggles. Tracks like Call Out My Name were widely interpreted as allusions to his high-profile relationships, adding a layer of vulnerability to his already emotionally charged music. After Hours and Global Domination. The Weeknd reached new heights with his fourth studio album, After Hours, released in 2020. The album featured the record-breaking single Blinding Lights, which became the longest-charting song in Billboard Hot 100 history. Blending elements of synth-pop, new wave, and R&B. After Hours was a critical and commercial triumph, showcasing The Weeknd's ability to continually evolve while staying true to his artistic vision. The album's narrative was accompanied by a striking visual campaign, with The Weeknd appearing in a red suit and bandaged face, symbolizing themes of identity, fame, and transformation. His performance at the 2021 Super Bowl halftime show further cemented his status as one of the most influential artists of his generation. Dawn FM and the Future. In 2022, The Weeknd released Dawn FM, a conceptual album that expanded on the 1980 S-inspired sound introduced in After Hours. Featuring collaborations with Tyler, The Creator, and Lil Wayne, the album explored themes of purgatory and self-reflection. Its experimental nature and cohesive narrative received widespread acclaim, further solidifying The Weeknd's reputation as an innovator, legacy, and philanthropy. Beyond music, The Weeknd has become known for his philanthropy and activism. He has donated millions to causes ranging from hunger relief to racial justice and was appointed a World Food Program Goodwill Ambassador in 2021. His commitment to using his platform for social good reflects a broader sense of purpose that extends beyond his artistic achievements. Cultural impact today, The Weeknd is celebrated not only as a musician but as a cultural icon. His ability to blend genres, push creative boundaries, and connect with audiences on a deeply emotional level has made him one of the most influential artists of the 21st century. From his early days in Toronto to his current status as a global phenomenon, The Weeknd's journey is a testament to the power of perseverance, innovation, and staying true to one's vision.